Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone that taught us this true citation. Oh, Yakim pushing this word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson. Amen. That's how you know that the Lord is putting an end to this place. He's putting a stop to America and Esau's wickedness. All right. So I saw this post on Reddit. I was inspired by it because I saw a brother do a lesson and he mentioned this, and I'm like, I had to like do my own research on it, and it held true. He's like, yeah, this new generation Alpha, which I heard of Generation Alpha before. They're the generation after Gen Z. He said that they are half the size of millennials, and I couldn't believe it because I remember Gen Z was pretty big, right? I even remember 90s babies was big. There was more 90s babies than 80s babies because what? You had a surplus in the 90s. So people were having more sex, living more life. All right. So I had to look it up. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait, Gen Alpha is half the size of the millennials? It's like, no way. So I looked it up. And yeah, it holds true. Gen Alpha, born between I think that's a typo, that 2010. I think it's supposed to be 2013 and 2025. They call Gen Alpha because they're the first generation to be fully born in the 2000s. So from like 2013 to now. All right, then there's going to be Gen Beta and so forth if this place were to go on. And beta, when you think of beta, what you think of? You think of a trial run. A trial run for what? For the New World Order, for them to get chipped, man. All right. Gen Beta, which is next. All right. So let's circle back. Let's, go back in time, man. All right. To like, roughly around 2010 and 2013. What was going on, like, for everyone, especially here in America, 2010, 2013? All right, because you can say Gen Alpha started in 2013. What was going on in that time, man? You had social media taking off to the level where it is today, where people are making full-time and more incomes off of social media. All right, because social media really been around since the early 2000s, but it didn't really like blow up, become mainstream till like, I want to say around that time, around 2010. Because I remember being in college in 2005, and I remember when Facebook first came out, because I had an account, all right, for a few years, and then I got off that shit. So around 2010, 2013, this is when social media really influences the masses of people, man, around that time. What else was going on? GMO food, the Monsanto agreements, Monsanto seeds, that shit became mandatory around this time, 2010, 2013. The LG, agenda, it really became the norm around this time, 2010, 2013. All right. Feminism, it really peaked around this time, man, where a woman had like 10 niggas she was dealing with, man. And, so this is all happened because of Esau, man, the so-called white man, and the scriptures hold true, man. So, this is utopia birth rates going now, especially here in America. Even though you got places around the world where, people are producing at a high number. I believe India, brother went into how India had, I think every 20 days, a million babies are being born in India. They don't believe in contraception in India and shit, to Pakistan and so forth on the east, certain parts of Africa. They don't have rubbers. They can't afford condoms. You know what I'm saying? It's just here in America, man, where you know, the act of a man and woman is frowned upon, man, or shunned upon. All right, Gen Alpha, man. All right, which another reason why they call it Alpha through the Spirit, because they're going to be the first generation as a whole to fully accept the B system. They're going to accept that shit, all right? So, hey, the scriptures don't lie, man. So let me get some scriptures, man. This is Matthew 24 and 22. This is the Lord himself speaking, man. And that's why you're like, oh, man, even people in the world say this. They're like, man, time's moving so fast, which it is. This year is pretty much over. You got this month, then October, then November, December. That's 4 months, and 2025 is a wrap. All right. This is the Lord himself speaking, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So, I mean, you see no flesh right here when you look at these birth rates, man. You know, birth rates down. You barely see any pregnant women. You know, you might see at the most, let's give or take. I remember growing up in the 90s, 2000s, early 2000s. I remember, you know, it was a point where you see a pregnant lady like damn near every day. You see a pregnant lady. Fast forward to today's era, you might see one pregnant woman a week. I remember growing up, you used to see groups of pregnant women walking together. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say Susie. Susie got pregnant, and then, you know, she tell her friend, Sarah, that she got pregnant, right? Sarah gets jealous, so ends up getting pregnant, and then, you know, her sister gets pregnant, and so forth. It was a situation like that. I can't remember if they were friends or sisters, but all of them got pregnant around the same time, man. You know, this stuff used to happen like back in the 90s, 2000s. You know what I'm saying? But this shit don't happen no more. You don't see groups of pregnant women walking around together. You know, like, number one, you know, these women ain't right. Number two, or even these couples, these men ain't right either. So, you know, the Lord isn't the foundation of their relationship. So, number two, you know, it's damn near unaffordable to have children. Daycare costs is in the thousands per month in today's era. You know, it ain't like how it was in the 90s. You know, you pay Maria $40 a day, she'll watch your kids. You know, not a day. It's a lot. $40 damn near in a week. You know what I'm saying? You pay Maria $50, she'll watch your kids for a week. You know what I'm saying? Them days are long gone. All right. And, you know, even if you can get Maria to do it, you know, there's just too much liability involved. So Maria like, nah, this you gotta pay more dinero, mucho dinero. So, hey man, the birth rates is dwindling down. And then especially now, like, people done took that venom, that snake juice, snake oil. So, you know, they're even more infertile. They even shooting more blanks. 80% of I think it was 70 to 80% of Americans took that, man. That's why you see people dropping dead, having convulsions. You know, they're getting ready to turn into something else, man. All right. It's Revelation 11 and 18, and the nations were angry. Yeah, the nations are angry now, especially, you know, seeing this dollar lose value every day. Every day this value of a dollar is tanking, man. All right. Or what you can say, You know, it's not shooting up to the moon. It's in a bear market, man. And thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give rewards unto thy servants the prophets, man. What's the reward? Deliverance, spiritual power, so forth, man. All right. Having our enemies necks under our foots, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, what name? Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, the name of the Most High and His Son, small and great. So no matter if you big time in this society, you know, all the way to a little janitor, and shit is destroyed them, which destroy the earth. So I mean, the whole family dynamic is destroyed, man. Because a woman, Esau taught women that, you know, a real man has a fat pocket. And these women fell for it, man. I mean, majority of these women, you still got women out here, they don't care how much money you have. I ain't gonna be I'm gonna be honest, like, there's women out here that really don't care how much money you have. Because I remember I used to do security, which is gonna be my next video, because the spot I used to do security had just shut down. And it was an NBA player. He was making good money, like 40 million a year. Then you had a couple rappers over there, so there was partying and shit. And I remember, like it was like a Eve sitting down at the table. She said, "Yeah, who's that over there partying?" So I went ahead, told her, and went back to my post. But she didn't get up and be on some groupie shit. She didn't do none of that. She just, said, okay. She didn't even go over there. She just looked and kept it at that, She wasn't really tripping. And she looked good too. She looked good. Nice little chocolate thing. But the dynamic, man. Say that to say this, because the dynamic, of this damn devil, he done brainwash these women. Yeah, you need a man that's gonna basically fund your lifestyle, give you a full ride. Like he played football at Alabama. These big powerhouse slave plantation programs, and that's one thing I told my demon. Cause a woman, they get to talking shit. You're like, yeah, you ain't paying none of my bills. So when you pay all my bills, that's when I do X, Y, Z. I remember telling her straight up, hey, this ain't no full ride. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no full ride, man. She knew exactly what I meant by that. You want a full ride, go play basketball for UNC. All right, go play college football at Texas. You want a full ride. Break your body down for Esau, man. But, hey, they get the point, man. But, hey, man, the birth rates are very low, man. And this holds true, man, because this is the Lord especially here in America. This holds true, all right? Because the Lord is taking away this place, man, on every angle. The scriptures talk about it, man. Every work thereof, Egypt shall err in the midst. That includes baby making, man. The hospitals used to make big money off of that shit. Now they make big money off of sick people, elderly people, right? Child support. You don't have states going bankrupt because of this, because child support was a big income earner for these states and these pensions for these judges and shit. And now, it's dwindling, all right? So I'm going to end it there till next time. So